I'm gonna take my horse to the. Oh, sorry.
Welcome to Couch
Hey,
on Fire podcast.
he's Alex, and I'm Rob.
Hi. Hi.
Oi, oi, dude. Real quick, this just happened before we started recording.
Okay, what you
So
got?
you have two dogs, right?
Yeah.
When you take them out to go to the bathroom, when they shit, do they look at you?
No.
Oh my god, it's got to be my dog. No, growing up, I had some labs, and every time if I'm outside and they're shitting, no matter what position they're in, they would do some kind of yoga pose just to stare at me while they're shitting. Like they're just like turning sideways or looking underneath their balls. Like
I
every
I
single
heard
time.
I heard something recently that that's a sign that they're relying on you to keep the eye out for them.
Really?
So that
Well, I
if
have
you dart and it's time to fucking ride, that they know to pinch it off and get moving.
yeah.
Uh
Well, I have a little corgi, and she's just like she's really low to the fucking ground. So when she shits, she's in this weird position, but she just looks at me. No blinking, no winking, nothing. Just staring straight at me. Like,
that's I don't know that that's confirmed. Like I don't know what the repeatability is on that information, so bear with the efficacy there. But I with a corgi and the like, I could definitely see that they're staring at you to know it's go time.
all right.
Uh
Next time this happens, I'm just gonna start running.
I've
I'm gonna,
I've got an American dingo and a pit. Uh they're just I'm a watch for my damn self. What's up?
well, yeah, they're like they're what you call UFC fighters. like
Uh
mine's
Dublin
more of
and I
a
used to charge rabbits together out west. Yeah, like we'd go run rabbits out and shit. We did it with a deer here in Maryland one time too. Showed up in our apartment complex's parking lot, and we were like, "Yo, do you see that?" And Dublin looks up at me and is like, "Yo, do you fucking see that? Let's ride. That's the biggest rabbit I've ever seen in my life. That looks delicious. Let's go."
I just wish animals would talk to you. They'd look at you like, "You ready? Ride or die. Let's go."
Let's go now.
Oh my gosh. But no, that
Fuck
was
yeah.
just that literally just happened, so I just had to bring that up. But
Nice.
anyway, I actually wrote down topics to talk about. Normally we wing it, but with my
I mean, that's fair.
ADHD, I feel like I have to write this shit down because I've
A,
all week I've
a
been
little
thinking
more
about this.
structure.
Yeah, a little bit more
I get
structure.
you. I get
Yeah.
you.
Well, since we were just talking about my dog, I have to tell you this story.
Dun dun
Um,
dun dun.
so have you like? I feel like so when you get your when you don't know a lot about cars, do you?
Eh,
You
I think
know
I can get
enough.
I can get my way around an engine if I need to.
Okay. Well, say if you drop your car off at a mechanic, you trust them. You're supposed to be like, okay, you're not gonna fuck me over. If
In
there's a
theory.
unicorn, in theory, you're not. But don't you feel every time they're just like, does that really need to be replaced? Are you sure? Like you kind of question them. Well, I
Ask the
took my
question.
yeah, like I don't know, like I feel like I don't know. I always feel like I'm getting a little fucked with the mechanics, but that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is my dog went to the vets and she had an infection in one of her teeth, so they had to pull out her tooth. And I was like, okay, it's her wisdom teeth. And then they were saying that the other side, I understand wisdom teeth. I've had them, so they were like, okay, we're gonna have to do this surgery and take out two teeth. So I'm like, oh, of course, you want my money. That's fine. So they gave me a good deal. So I signed up for the surgery. Get a phone call. They're like, oh, Mr. Hawk, your puppy's you're under right now. Well, she has some other bad teeth. I'm like, okay, I kind of knew this was coming, but they were like, well, there's dirt and hair behind her gum, and I'm like, what the fuck, dirt and hair behind her gum? And she's like, oh, it's common. A lot of dogs have it, but she's about to be 10 years old. There was a something in her blood work, and I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, long story short, they pulled out 10 teeth,
Jesus.
and $800 later. That's not including the blood work, by the way, because I had to take her the week prior for this thing, and pay $300 then. So you're looking about over a grand for a veterinarian thing. Now, on the positive note, with this whole me spending all this money, she's never had a problem health wise until now. So me spending all this money, it could have been worse because she's a small dog. Hip replacement, things like that does happen with small, long body dogs. But yeah, it just, oh my
The
god.
dog
So
is 10.
I know. But okay, so dogs.
Is it
She said,
inhumane to say no? Is it?
yeah. No, I don't know.
No, I
She's
disagree with that. I think it's a case by case basis.
I yeah, I agree. I think it is a case by case. I was thinking worst case scenario when they told me 10 teeth. I was like, oh my god. They're like, well, we'll give you your deal. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Thanks.
So I went ahead and did it. Well, I asked them questions. I said, well, can she still eat? Is she going to be normal? Can she play ball? And they're like, dogs have 52 teeth in their mouth, um, and yeah, she'll be fine. I was like, okay. So they basically took out her whole bottom front teeth and her whole top front teeth, and her wisdom, two wisdom, and two molars. And I was like, oh my gosh! And they cleaned them. Teeth are like sparkling. I mean, sparkling. Her bad breath is gone because there were rotten teeth in there.
I'm gonna be
And
honest.
she,
I don't know that. And for the record, Ari is a dental assistant in
yeah,
training. She's done it in the Air Force, and she's going back to school for it now to re up and make sure she gets the good job. Uh, I don't know that I regard dental work as explicitly necessary in any species, unless the tooth
see,
fucking falls out, or you've got to like. There are things where it's like, no, go get that addressed with the dentist this moment,
yeah.
and there are things that's like, mm, do you need to?
Well, see,
Do you need
that's
to?
where I'm sitting at. Yeah, that's I mean that's where I'm at right now because obviously, okay, so her eye was closed shut because it was so swollen because of her wisdom tooth. So clearly, okay, that's $100. It's basically $100 a tooth to extract. So they
That's when I would
extract
get
that.
removed. Get that
So
infected thing the fuck out of there.
yeah, and
Everything
I've seen
else,
it because I
eh.
would lift up her gum and green
You
stuff
could
is
see
coming
the
out.
inflammation, the pus
Yeah,
draining,
yeah.
nasty.
So I knew that was happening. Then okay, clearly I've had my wisdom teeth taken out, like I said, and I know if one goes bad, there is a good chance the other one might. So I said, fine, take out the other one, and that should have been it. But those man, just well, they
Aries gonna
took.
kill me for this. I I've actually fought real hard against the military to not take my teeth out. I had my wisdom teeth removed, and they insisted on it. Said I wasn't deployable, and they'd kick me out if I didn't get them done. And I was like, um, how about this is an elective procedure because they've already broken through my gums, and there's no problem. How about you leave me the fuck alone? Uh, so I just dentists like unless it's infected, and I think I've got a minor one back here, but like it's livable.
Yeah,
It's a livable position, so I'm just moving the fuck on. Uh, don't get me wrong. There was a point in my life because I was homeless back in the day, uh, where I needed some serious work. I got that serious work done. Uh, thanks, military. Um, and moved on. But they were like, no, we need to pull your teeth. And I was like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You're not deployable without it. They'll kick you out. Will ya? I'm like, yeah, here are the orders. I was like, oh,
well, see, well, you're a human. You can tell them that. Do you think that veterinarians are taking advantage of dogs because they can't tell me if their front teeth could have been her front teeth could have been fine. They okay, yeah, they needed cleaning, but
did they?
she could
The
she
cleanings are where I'm like, no, fuck off. Fuck off. I'll just brush better. I'll get in there with a metal pick myself. Fuck off. Um,
yeah. I don't know. It just it upset me because that was money I didn't want to spend.
that's fair.
I just you know I just spent so long paying off this credit card and then it's like ping back at it
Well, I mean,
once again.
honestly, it's the comparison of quality of life with and without the procedure.
Yeah,
Me personally, I think I would have drawn the line at the infected one and maybe the other wisdom tooth and been done.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, you got dirt and hair up in the gums of the front teeth, like, but are they infected though? Is it a pressing issue right now? This is a 10-year-old dog. We're
Yeah,
talking
I
about
mean,
another 2 to 3 years of quality of life here,
I
tops.
know, I know. My wife, She gave me that lecture. She was like, I mean, she was happy because she's part of the family. I mean, dogs are family
Agreed.
members. But was it necessary? Probably not. But I'm a sucker. I really am. I'm that guy.
Everybody's got that uncle who's in a coma.
Yep.
When's the time to pull the plug and let nature just happen? They could wake up. They could wake up. The plug out could kickstart it, and it happens. Or alternatively, they could pass peacefully into the night. You don't know.
You don't.
Where's that line for you? And I think that line's different for everyone, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Speaking of crazy uncle,
Florida man.
yes, I'm so glad you picked that up.
That was a great segue.
I'm so glad you picked that up. That's a good one.
Oh, that was a fantastic segue,
Alex,
Rob.
please explain to me. I'm telling you, I'm getting on point with these podcasts. I'm saying, explain to me what is this Florida man situation here? Like, what
So
is
the
Florida
Florida man phenomena is caused by a legal requirement passed in the Florida legislature to publish in the news all blotter information. So like you'll see your county blotter just kind of like tucked in the back of shit.
Yeah.
The Florida requirement is everything, period, and it's on the news. So we get these big Florida man stories so more frequently because they're required to push these crazy headlines and they're generating clicks. So they go viral super fast because dude wrestles an alligator while on PCP, jerks himself off and fights 5 cops at the bar. Like that guy, you're going, what the fuck? I gotta find out about what the fuck is happening.
That sounds like a night our friend Greg Mack would have. I'm just saying. Go on.
I don't know about the PCP part, but fight an alligator, jerk himself off, and fight 5 cops. Like, yeah, that sounds like a party.
It's just you're right though. I mean, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because every morning I drive to work, I'm either listening to another podcast or I'm listening to the radio station. Here in South Carolina, they're still talking about Florida man stuff, and then other podcasters talk about Florida man stuff. And I'm like,
it goes
I'm
viral
not
because
dumb.
it's weird.
Yeah, I'm not dumb. I know kind of what it is, but it's like where did this it's the funniest thing. And then you speak to people in Florida, because I know people in Florida, and they're just like, yeah, it's like an urban legend thing down here. Oh, he's a Florida man. Like,
and he's that crazy guy that gets reported on in the news. Like, oh no, you're a Florida man.
Don't you think Florida man is just a nice way of saying an old person that retired to Florida with dementia?
Nope. Nope, because there are way too many incidents where Florida man is sub 35.
I mean, I think I read there was one on the radio about a year ago. I was in Charlotte still, and it was like a Florida man ran into a random house when a family was eating, grabbed their chicken and ran out. Oh, okay.
What? What?
And it's just kind of like, and it's like a everyday thing down there.
Well, no, it's an everyday thing everywhere. Shit like that happens absolutely everywhere. But it doesn't get publicized like it does in Florida because of the requirement on their legal books. They have a law that says we've got to publish this as big as anything else, so any political scandal is right next to Florida man. And we've got Florida men up in Maryland and in South Carolina or in Tennessee or over in California. Everybody's got that weird, like, what the fuck? Police blotter story, but they don't get picked up as headline news. It's just covered lightly in the blotter, and that's the end of it.
I just have to say this. This happened 9 hours ago in Florida.
Oh,
Florida
God.
man steals car, kills dog, chases man with an axe, found naked in a chicken coop.
That was a good attempt. That was a damn good attempt by that guy. Chicken coop, well done.
I mean,
Good try, bro.
This is, I think I think why this is so big too is because it is gold. It is gold. This is what the young kids are saying nowadays, this is Gucci. This is the best news content. When
Gucci,
I just
baby.
read, I just read that, and I'm just laughing inside because this is the
Well,
greatest thing ever.
nobody just wants to just like rob people anymore. There's always a story about whatever the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
Um, I wasn't making the one up with the PCP. I added the wrestling and alligator because that's a separate Florida man story.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm sure it
but
happened.
the,
I'm
the
sure it
the
happened.
PCP jerking himself off in a bar and fighting 5 cops, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
Me and Ryan Rhodey were just talking about that fucking thing like 2 weeks ago on Facebook and rolling our fucking asses off. Like, was it simultaneous? Was he doing kung fu, one armed? Like, what the fuck was he doing? How did that transpire? And we needed to know. The information wasn't available. They didn't tell us if it was simultaneous. We think it was not. That it was like, the cops are here. Okay, I'll fight the cops. Like, in that order kind of thing. Might have been simultaneous. He might have been Neo. We don't fucking know. PCP gives you fucking superpowers. You can lift the fucking Jeep up off the ground. Fuck it.
Oh man. And it just keeps getting better because so many people are moving to Florida, and it just that means more content.
Yeah. No, fuck it.
Because they're just losing it. But
The lower they, or the lower they make the taxes, the more and more Florida men we're gonna get. It's as simple as that.
so keep up the good work, Florida men.
Small government for the win.
Oh, anyway, Alex, what's new with you, bud? What's going on?
Speaking of crazy fucking stories, so you heard I've reboofed my computer. It's running
Yeah.
fantastically, best frame rates in my life.
Yeah.
Oops, I kind of wrote a 10-page outline for a book.
Oops.
Yeah, no,
Well,
legit. Oops.
I blacked out, Robin. Next thing you know, I woke up and there's 10 fucking pages.
It was so 100%. It was an oops, I fell inside you, and I've revised it 3 times. I've got a 10-page outline, and I'm gonna keep writing my book.
Yes. Real quick, and I know you're not going to like this, Alex.
Are you gonna talk about the self-published one?
Alex did write.
I don't like that one, and here's why.
Well-
I've got a criticism of it. I don't
Alright.
know how to proceed with it. I've self-published a 40-some-odd page novella about a family who's experiencing some shit. Unknown might be mine shows up and is like, "Hey, look, I'm your kid." As they're dealing with the mother cheating on the husband, like at the same time those things are going off, and then a magnetic pole shift occurs on the planet, and I don't know how the fuck to proceed from there. I've got the event. I don't know how to deal with the townsfolk, so it's left hanging. It's dead, open air, and I don't know how to deal with that. That's why I don't like publishing that one or like talking about that one. But I don't know. It's
okay.
fun.
It's cool.
It's got some good
cool, though.
passages in it.
It's cool. It's one of those things where everybody. I'm sure Stephen King's first thing he wrote. He's not 100%. I mean, no one probably knows where it's at. He probably doesn't
Time.
even want to fucking bring it up.
Time.
You know?
Time.
Time.
Stephen King shouldn't be proud of fucking anything.
Whoa.
I think he's a crap writer. I think he is
Oh.
shit. The only
Oh my
good thing he's ever written was The Dark Tower Core 7. Not that 3.5 or 4.5 or whichever the fuck it was. Fuck that fucking thing. The Core 7 of The Dark Tower. Everything else is trash. Fuck Pet Cemetery. Fuck it. Fuck everything. Fuck
All right, well,
everything.
To the listeners we haven't lost.
Fuck that guy.
Anyway, I'm gonna
And
move on.
fuck
because
J.K. Rowling. Holy fucking shit, she can't write her way out of a fucking wet paper bag. So many goddamn plot holes, I can't stand it. Writes like a fucking second grader.
And she just announced that there's a couple more Harry Potter books coming out.
I don't give a fuck. Every motherfucker in them's gay after the fact. You're not gonna write me a scene about them sucking each other's dicks? I don't give a fuck. You don't get to pull this Albus Dumbledore was gay after the fact. You should see their relationship. How about you show me the relationship, bitch? Shut the fuck up, you fucking lip service ass motherfucker in Pride Month. Fuck!
So we're still talking about Florida man. It seems. Florida man, no, Maryland man loses his mind.
Hi.
Is Rob okay?
Rob is okay. He brought up Stephen King, and that brought J.K. Rowling to mind.
No. I did. Oh yeah, I did
Yeah,
bring up.
she gets it.
Anyway,
si-
you're
si-
right. You're right. You're writing a 10. Right now, you sat down. You wrote 10.
No. I'm not done yet. I'm not done
Okay.
yet. It's Pride Month. I'm by motherfuck J.K. Rowling and her lip service bullshit. Now I'm good.
Okay, there you go. Drop the mic. Fuck J.K. Rowling. That's the title of this episode.
I'm down for that. I will straight up title this shit that. I don't give a
Do it.
fuck.
Do it, Alex. Do it.
Fuck her
Oh.
and Stephen King.
So you're
Assholes.
You're 10. Oh yeah. So Alex wrote something. It is out there. I won't tell you where to get it. It's kind of hidden. Maybe
It's
one
on
day
it's on Amazon. You can get the ebook or paper copy. It's called Pole Shift.
Reading J.K. Rowling books made me gay.
J.K. Rowling just announced that reading the J.K. Rowling books makes you gay. After the fact.
Oh my gosh.
I love Aries so much.
She's just like, is Rob okay? I can't see the way she opened the door, but I can just imagine she opened the door like Kramer from Seinfeld really quick, like, what the fuck is going on?
She didn't step through. It was just, is Rob okay?
Yeah.
And she was all dead ass serious, like concerned. Is Rob okay?
Like,
Oh,
You were
J.K. Rowling.
yelling.
Okay.
you were yelling. She didn't ask. I feel loved because she didn't really ask if you're okay. She just asked if Rob was okay.
We've had a co-parenting snafu this afternoon. She's not gonna ask if
Oh.
I'm okay. It's fine. We're getting over it. We've
Hey,
done hashed it
so-
out. That's why we're
someday-
going to date. Sorry.
Some days you win some, and some days you lose some. Me and my wife,
Yeah.
I lose about 6 out of the 7 days. But that one day I win. Oh, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling.
This one, it's not in either of us win scenario. This was a shitty situation, and we just kind of had to.
You wanna?
I wasn't given the
wanna talk-
game plan soon enough.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. I don't want to talk about it. Like, I don't want
fine.
to air dirty laundry or anything like that. We're cool now though. Like we've confirmed to each other what page we're on, and it happens to be the same page. That's it.
That's cool.
We're good.
Good. Well, obviously she's talking to you, so that's always a good thing.
And making cracks, interjecting. I'm okay with that. That we're in a good space.
And Alex did send me the 10 pages. I have not read them because lately I've been having a lot of issues at my job. Not work related at all. Well, I guess it is work related because it is at my job. No, I hurt myself. I think we talked about it last time. Did we talk about this? No. Long story
Yeah,
short.
you did mention that. Yeah,
Yes,
you did mention
hurt
hurting yourself.
I hurt myself. It really
Because
wasn't
you
too
also
bad.
outed yourself as a former addict, and I was like, "Whoa, Rob, are you sure?"
Yeah. Well, they gave me all this like, oh yeah, because we talked about the whole muscle
Yeah.
relaxer thing.
Yeah.
So I hurt myself, and I went back to the doctor, and they were like, well, your back seems fine. I said I feel good. He touched it. I jumped. So now I need to go to physical therapy. But I've been so depressed at my job because it's like people are looking at me like, oh, really, you hurt yourself? And it's not. It's really. I have never hurt myself at a job. So the fact that I hurt myself is kind of sucks. I mean, I'm still working. I just can't lift things, and it's kind of there's only 3 males that work at my job, and we have 35 employees. So it's like I can't really.
You're doing retail still, right?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
manager in retail. So it's just
It's a craft. It's a craft store, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, I could drop the name. If anybody else wants to-
That one's on you. That one's on you. I had to pull down episode 61 for a reason. I'm gonna
I
say
can't-
don't say the name.
Well, I don't really care, but anyway, yes, it is a 65 square foot. Oh, my screen just went black.
Oh, there we go.
65,000 square foot store. It's kind of like let's just say it's kind of like a country craft store, more or less. So there's
Okay.
a lot of products. We sell from furniture. That's where I hurt myself, to other things. Anyway,
Well, yeah, you picked up a piece of furniture over your fucking head, right?
Yeah, but I've been doing
and
this for
sort that
years.
shit out.
Yeah, for years.
You're getting older, Rob. Your
I
body
know.
can't take that no more.
I know. You know what else is getting older? This fucking light not coming in. People that are watching the video, I'm sorry about my light. Um, but basically, yeah. I mean, it is. I am getting older, but I don't know. Long story short, though, um,
How is that going?
you gave me a copy of the 10 pages, and I haven't read it because I've just been dealing with that at work, and then I got home and I've just been kind of depressed about it because it's like it's pissing me off. So I will read it after this podcast, and I will give you my
It's
feedback.
That's
I'm
no
excited.
pressure, man. That's no
I know.
pressure. Do you want the
Well,
primer?
what? No,
Do you
no,
want a
no, no,
quick
no,
primer? You want
no.
to go in raw?
I want to go raw, raw dogging
Okay.
it. I love it. Don't tell
Okay.
me anything about it.
You know,
I want to be shocked. I want to be scared. I want to be Avengers Endgamed. You know what I'm saying?
it's not that intense. It's a little more J.R.R. Tolkien
Okay.
with the
Something.
intensity. It ramps hard though, and it gets fucking wild fast.
All
I
right.
had a
all
real
right.
hard time trying to figure out how to manage all that shit because I was doing
That's-
the George R.R. Martin fucking perspective hopping thing.
oh God.
You
It-
imagine
it-
trying to do sci-fi Lord of the Rings in one novel with goddamn George's perspective hopping bullshit. Ugh,
Yeah. Um.
I got it. I think I got it.
If anybody would get this, it'd be you.
Ooh, that's high praise. Thank you, Rob. Honestly, all I had to do was break it up, and outline it for a change, rather than just like stream of consciousness jam on the keyboard like a
Yeah.
fucking monkey. Uh, and I set myself 500 words to a scene, around 5 scenes to a chapter, 4 or 5 scenes to a section, 5 sections. Done.
Well, see, you writing though makes me want to write, and I love it because I have stories in my brain and I write them down, but I don't write like I write down the idea, but then I don't branch off from that idea. But I've literally been working on the same thing for so many years, but I always put it away. It always goes in the archives in the back of my head. But then seeing other people creative makes me want to be creative. So I'm so glad you're doing this because now it's making me think if he can do this, I can do this. It's kind of like
You know
that
what triggered me?
competition thing too. What?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. And on the same level, the trigger for me was Ari.
Really?
Ari
Was
actually
she-
had a story idea, and she's proceeding with it.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah,
Dude, I encourage anybody to. I think everyone should
Pick up
write.
the pen.
Everyone has good ideas. Dude, I'm horrible at grammar, spelling, punctuation. Doesn't fucking
Yes.
stop me. I'm gonna write whatever I can, and then there's people around me that will proofread my shit if when a push comes to shove. There's,
that
there's a re-
screenplay we worked on in one of your middle points, I'll say.
Oh, okay.
Verifies your spelling, grammar, and everything
yeah.
else. Uh, how,
Oh, man.
I'm actually gonna ask a question. Would you like
Yes.
to dig that back up? I still have all of the materials. Would you like to
We
make
would
that
have-
a novel?
Dude, I would love to. Yeah, I would love to.
Okay.
We would really need to sit down and I would have to revisit it. We would have to
Oh
go
my
over
God,
it again. I would have to open up that brain and make sure. Yeah, one of the yeah. What we're
Do you remember the
talking about-
storyboard we duct taped to my wall?
Yeah.
I've still got every panel.
Let me explain to
sequence.
the listeners and the viewers out there. A long time ago, I'm gonna say probably 12 years, maybe 11 or 12 years ago. Um, Alex and I, this is before he even joined the Air Force. Alex and
Yeah.
I,
By like 2
We-
years.
we came up with this idea, and we wanted to. I don't know if we were writing like a screenplay or we were. I don't know
That
what
was
we
the
were doing. We
idea.
were just writing. Yeah.
The idea
we-
was the
we-
screenplay.
So we actually had a storyboard taped to his wall. We sat in his room and we were just talking and talking, and we were just bouncing each other's ideas off each brain. It was great, and it kind of we just I went the left, Alex went right. He did his thing, I did my thing, and then we just it just got archived, and
Yeah,
it's still
and
there.
I've still got the record. It was very weird. If you've never participated in a writing room scenario,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say It's one of the hardest things, but also one of the most fun things you could possibly be doing with your time.
Well, it was fun because we're best friends and we were just having a blast. The hardest thing about it is we both have ADHD and we're all over the fucking place sometimes. so
Yeah.
so like every 5 minutes, Alex like I'm because at the time he was rolling his own cigarettes. This Renaissance
Because I
man.
was poor.
so and I was rolling something else. So we were back and forth doing doing a whole bunch of different things, and yeah. But we should do that. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
no, I was actually thinking about that. As I was typing up this outline, I was like, you know what? We should talk about revisiting nicotine and get both of our names on that motherfucker.
Yeah. We it's yeah. I mean, I enjoy it. So side story. I don't know if you know this. I think I might have told you, but I have a friend named Sean Euler. He moved to New York to become a director. So he went to school
Name
out
drop.
there for yeah, name drop. He went to school out there and stuff to learn how to be a director. He came back and he wanted to direct a short film to put it in. It had to be 30 to 45 minutes. And so I was just like, okay, well, I came up with this story. All right, it was called November 26th, and I know you know this because this is the thing that's been haunting me over years. But it's just a quick little zombie flick, whatever. And he was like, I love your story. Let's make it into a movie. So we made a short movie. It's actually on YouTube. You can if you Google his name, you can actually watch. It's in two videos because they had to be split up at the time because YouTube
Yeah.
you can only upload 15 minutes or I think yeah
Yeah, one of
15
those
minutes.
weird long format
Yeah,
video requirement
yeah.
things.
Me and him started it. It was just me and him, and but I wrote it and he directed it, and so I've always had the bug. So when me and Alex started doing this, I was like, this is going to be fucking awesome. I already had the experience writing, and he has experience writing, and this is just going to be great. And I mean, we should finish that. That'd be good.
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
we've got the whole story written. We just have to actually,
Draw it
like,
out. Yeah,
yeah, like put the words to the scenes that we constructed.
yeah,
We know what we want to happen and in what order. Uh,
yeah.
we have an outline basically, just floating, and we haven't touched it yet. Are you
Well,
working on anything right now?
me?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I am.
that's good news. What are you working on?
I am working on finishing November 26th.
Oh,
I've always yeah, I've been working on that
see,
for a while.
are you taking that to a novelization?
I'm trying to. I have wrote so it's right now it's 25 chapters.
Okay,
So it's about 45 pages. So but when I say I wrote, it's literally like the ideas of the chapters, what happens to every character. I
that's
just
an
need to
outline.
go yeah, basically an outline. I just need to go in and actually fill in, conversations, fill in like, like oh the wind was blowing, shit like that.
Start
Um
fleshing out the details in the world building.
yes, and that's where I struggle at. I've always been a person that really can take an idea and start it, but I just can't take it to the next level. So I know I can do it. I just need to literally sit down and just do it. And I think that's what I need to do. It's funny, one day I woke up and I was just like I got because I for years, I mean like 15 years I've had this story in my brain. I was always stuck after the third story or the third chapter more or less, and I can never finish it out. And then 2 years ago, I woke up one day and I was like, hmm, I figured it out. So I have twists, I have flashbacks, I have so much shit going on in this story. It's great. I think it's gonna be good. I just
I
we'll see if I ever finish it.
I need none of that for this new one I'm working on. It's a straight through. There's a lot of setup. There's a lot of setup. The setting is post global warming runoff event,
Yeah.
post Yellowstone. There are two cities left. One is on Antarctica, suspended above the nature preserve on the landmass, and a floating city above the North Pole, which
I
is
like.
the oceanic preserve.
I hope you're not telling me this because I told you I was gonna read the damn thing.
It's like the first two sentences of the fucking setup.
I okay.
Oh, there's
Just making
so
sure.
much.
Don't
There's
spoil
so
it.
much.
Next
Oh, no.
podcast, we'll spoil it for everyone. But not
I
right
might.
now.
I'll include the link in the description of the video. Uh,
Yes. Oh, oh man, but that's crazy. Yeah, so I'll finish it eventually. Shit, so that's pretty cool.
yeah, nice, nice.
Um,
Props, man.
I don't really have a good segue to this rant, but
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna talk about parenting for a second. So
I don't
for
remember
those,
that one.
no, oh, it's on here. It's about rezoning the school district. Let me just talk to you
That
about
one.
this for a second.
I
So I
I'm
had
gonna.
a- I,
I think I'm gonna counter you here.
All
Maybe.
right. Well, here where I live, we moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because my daughter's autistic. This is just a little thing to catch you guys up. So I have a 4-year-old daughter. She's autistic. We moved here because one of the best. This is one of the best counties for autism. There's a lot of help. There's a lot
I
of
will be
things
right
going on.
back.
All right.
I have to tinkle.
Oh my gosh, you can't.
I'm
Just
so sorry. No.
Anyway,
no, I've been
go-
drinking today. Let's ride. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. Well, while he's gone, in the meantime, how's everyone doing today? Pretty good. Pretty good. That's good. Yeah. Well, this zoning stuff just.
No,
Man.
Rob, you can keep going. My
Oh.
headphones are wireless.
Oh,
They're
you
coming
can hear
with
me.
me.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so
Yeah, so keep going.
Okay, so basically, she's been going to so she's been like in preschool to get her ready to socialize with other classmates and stuff. So she's been going to the school. It's a great school. I like it. There is a couple better elementary schools out there, but we don't live in that area. So we bought a house and we moved out of the area. Now we were told that if you can apply back to that school because she's already developed that relationship to that school. You need to. I think you should keep her on a routine because she is autistic. But anyway, so we applied to go for her to go back to that school, and they said it is too crowded. She cannot go. So they kicked her out of this school. The school year just ended today, Thursday, when we're recording this. Um, and they were just saying that she can't go back to the school. It's overcrowded. And I'm just devastated. So we were like, okay, so the school that's in our school zone is not highly recommended for special needs or autism. So, my wife and I, we went there, we toured the school, and it's
The
upsetting.
stool?
It's a very the school. We toured the school. I'm sorry, the speech impediment just kicks in. So we toured the school.
No, that was actually a funny pun.
Oh,
We turned
And
the
it just-
poopy, cause this school is shit.
well, it looks old. Nothing against the school. It's just unfortunately, like our neighborhood's good, but I guess where this school is, it's not really the greatest one. It's just not a lot of kids. Like she was just at a school with a classroom filled. She had 12 kids in her classroom, all special needs.
Did
Now
you address
she's
that
gonna-
as filled?
Well, that was full for a pre.
Okay,
not-
okay. Also, special needs for pre-K.
yeah,
So that is pretty full.
that is pretty full. So now, so next year, because you don't really start kindergarten until 5. So next year, she's 4 now. So next year, she's gonna do it again. So it's pre-kindergarten. It's pre-K, more or less. And so she has one more year of that, which is only 3 hours a day. But she's going to she's going to go to a school that only has 4 kids in her class. Now, there's
Might help.
pros. Don't get me wrong. There's pros. That means more individual teaching. That's what
Yeah.
we want. That's great. But there's also cons. We want her to get used to having a lot of kids around her because eventually she's going to be in normal classes and she's going to have a lot of kids around her. So I don't know. We're still in the fence.
That's a
with
maybe, isn't it?
what was that?
Is that a maybe? With the regular
No.
classes?
Oh no, she'll definitely be in regular classes.
So
She
she's
just,
on track.
Yeah, she's still on track to she has this thing. It's she'll have her own aide that will go with her to regular class, and if
Oh,
she
that's
needs.
cool.
So eventually, though, when she gets a little bit older, like in middle school, high school, that aide would only show up once a week, kind of thing. So eventually,
Mm.
the aide will be there all day with her. First grade,
And then wean
second
off.
grade,
I'm not
then
sure.
kind of wean off. Yeah, just kind of like.
I don't
go
know what
off,
the data
yeah.
says, so I don't know. But personally, I don't know that I like that idea. I also you went dark again. There you are. I also don't know that I like the segregation thing that happens up here in Maryland, where the special ed kids are just in their own class, period, forever.
Oh, I know. That's how it
Because
was when we were growing up.
that's
Yeah,
weird, right? It's like,
yeah.
you're one of the special kids, and like, so it creates that weird dichotomy thing of who is and is not special needs. Um,
Well, what it does is it does two things. One, it allows the bullies to know who they can pick on, and two, it the whole purpose people that have a learning disability, the whole purpose is to make them feel like they're the same as every other child, to make them feel equal as everyone else. So if you put them in a separate classroom with other, like, how can you excel in that? How can you feel special when you're segregated from your best friend who's in a pod all the way over there, you know? So
there's something to that, and I'm gonna say the feeling aspect is super, 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 super fucking important. But I don't know how the academic performance is gonna be. Jesus Christ! For those watching the home game, uh, Rob just lit his whole face up.
yes. Well, it's getting dark in my room, and I do not feel like getting up, turn the light off, because you know we don't have that
No,
much more time to go anyway. So I don't want to, whatever. Let's keep it a little, yeah. But no,
let's get
I,
spooky.
I I hear what you're saying. It's just, but the whole free school. So they're telling us. So the school that we want her to go to is way far away, and but it's one of the best schools, and we could take her there. But there's so many people moving down here, so they're rezoning everything, and we're just stuck at a school where it. See here, it's scary and unknown. So I know Marco's a little bit older, so you might not have to deal with this too much. But it's just scary because, like, when he goes to middle school, you're going to be a little, like, shaken up, because it's just scary because I don't know this school. I don't know. I finally developed a relationship with the other. I know the principal. I know the vice principal. I've met them. I just, now I just got to go. I know it's life, but it's
I
just
have
it's
something to add that I don't know that I'm ready to deal with the social consequences of saying, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there.
do it.
Uh,
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
no, I'm cool with that one. It's the family shit. But Ari and I are looking at Tennessee, actually.
Tennessee. Okay.
Yes. To purchase our home. So, Mom, if you're listening, sorry, this is the first time you're hearing about that. Because she
We
does,
still love
and
you, Mom.
she grills me about shit, and it's very weird. Um, but,
I love
I
that
think
Mom's the biggest fan.
she's trying to be supportive.
Yeah.
I think she's trying.
You know,
It comes off like very aggressive.
listen, I know your family, and yes,
Yeah,
like every other family, we're all crazy. But I will say this: they love you, and they would support everything that you and your brothers would do, hands down. Even if they might not like it, they will still support you because they love the shit out of you. Now, with that said, please don't yell at him for moving to Tennessee.
if it's
If,
still an if yet,
yeah.
but we are looking, and we're very enticed because uh, yeah, David bought 4 acres up in Upper Baltimore County, or 8 acres rather, 8.5, something like that, uh, up there on this like $450,000 budget. It needed all kinds of work. It only just passed the VA threshold and all that. Uh,
Yeah.
we've got like a $250,000 budget, and that gets you a row home here in the Baltimore area,
Hmm.
especially with a good school. Like, you might be able to afford a condo, kind of shit.
I,
And I want a yard for the dogs, and I want to be able to play soccer with Marco out in the yard. Like, work sucked. Let's go kick a
dude,
ball around.
unfortunately, Maryland and upper any state that's just above Maryland and just going up, any PA,
Yeah,
all these states, it's just they're forcing people that you just can't survive there. Well, once you get
yeah.
smart and realize that you can go somewhere else and you can get double what you have for
Oh
the
my
money.
god. Oh my
There's
god.
so I don't know if you know this guy. His name's Chris Deck. All right, I know him through friends.
I know Chris Decker.
Oh yeah, so you know Chris Deck. Him and his wife moved to Asheville, North Carolina. He just posted pictures of this beautiful like log cabin that he just bought, and he's our age, so I know he's not like, and I know where he works, so I know he has a little bit money, but it's just like basically that's like $250,000 what he just
Oh
spent.
yeah.
But it's like 4 stories loft, was it a 5-car garage? I mean, it's beautiful. Like
Oh
I'm
yeah.
exaggerating. I'm
No,
exaggerating on garages,
no,
but
from like Maryland to the North Carolina position where your money's worth is doubled.
oh yeah.
Tennessee does it again. We were looking at a 6-acre estate, a log cabin, 2 floors, 4 baths, or 4 beds, 3 baths, and this big like wraparound porch thing. That's a log cabin on 6 fucking acres for like 189. I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Don't get me wrong. The interior I don't like, but it's a taste thing. It's totally usable. It's not destroyed. You spend 189 out in Maryland and get a 1/4 acre, and you're looking at trying to dig heroin needles out of the fucking carpet. You know, like it's a mess. It's a mess up here because demand is so fucking high, and I don't get it because we don't get the property taxes, and we just try to rezone every goddamn thing rather than actually pay for education in any way that makes sense. Instead, we strap it to property taxes and say, "Good luck, have fun. You poor people are gonna stay stupid." It's a mess up here. When we can go to Tennessee and have 6 fucking acres to let the dogs run around and me kick a soccer ball into Marco's face 4 times before he gets angry.
So here's what people will say when the word gets out that you might
But the
move to Tennessee.
schools.
No. What they'll say? Well, okay, the schools, but what they'll really say is, "Oh man, the tornadoes and stuff." Okay, well, there's bad weather every state you move to. There's something.
We get
that
hurricanes
hurts.
and nor'easters here.
I know.
You know?
Like oh man, you
What the
guys
fuck
been
is a
getting rid of-
tornado?
yeah.
We get tornadoes
And,
here, goddammit!
And
What the fuck?
my boss used to live in Knoxville, and he lived there for
Ooh.
7 years. He said there was no tornadoes. He hasn't seen anything.
Yeah.
He said Tennessee is probably. He said that's the state he would move back. It's a beautiful state. And he
Oh my
said
God.
yeah.
We were driving, and instead of like trash and asphalt and car and city funk and and like the funk of the bay here, all we could smell was fucking honeysuckle anywhere we went. Do you have any idea how much of a quality of life difference that makes? Like, it doesn't stink. I didn't even realize Maryland stunk until I went to fucking Tennessee. And all
So
I
you
could
could
smell
go to
was the
another state.
fucking honeysuckle. Like North Carolina, it don't smell good, but it smells better than Maryland. And
know-
it just,
you know,
it's
South-
that extra factor again. It's
South
wild.
Carolina, Myrtle Beach, where I live at, smells like saltwater taffy and smoke because people still smoke a lot of damn cigarettes out here. So
fair.
it's yeah, it is what
What
it
if
is.
you get cancer? That's not a big deal. They're weeding themselves out.
Oh my god.
Everybody's like, we need a new plague. We need a new
Well-
plague. We need to reduce the population. Let people not vaccinate their kids then.
Yeah.
That solves that problem real fast. Unpopular opinion. Mic drop.
Bam.
Fuck them.
Anyway,
No, for real. No, for real. Get your kids fucking vaccinated.
should.
Hey, love.
Is it time? She coming in?
I
What's
think
she
the
doing?
sloppy joes are ready.
Oh,
wanna come-
sloppy
I'm so
Joe.
burning.
Yeah, we are.
No, I look like hot.
No, you look like you just got out of damn dental school.
Stop.
Come here, you're beautiful.
No.
Please.
Beauty is in the
You
eye of
are
the beholder.
beautiful.
I mean, factually accurate.
In
Yes.
every single
Yes,
way.
and my eyes say you're beautiful. That camera is gonna agree with me. 'Cause it's
I
my
agree.
camera.
I don't even see you,
Rob?
and I agree.
Not something.
Rob thinks you're pretty.
Rob, you're beautiful too. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, in fact, I'm gonna leave my wife, so I can marry you too.
He
Where
said I'm
where you
ugly.
going with that, Rob?
He said I'm ugly, didn't he?
No, no, he went the opposite direction with that.
Whoa! this friendship just got awkward. Okay, so
Awkward.
nah. Anyway, that's fine. I'm ready to. We can end this this episode
you sure?
too. I mean, it's
Are you
getting
sure?
9 o'clock. It's getting a little late. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to
Oh
bed.
yeah,
Let's
it
talk
is
about-
8:58. I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time. What's up?
I'll have to. I'm gonna do my spiel. You ready?
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah. No, Marco's got to eat. Let's. Sorry.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Thank you all for listening.
No,
we
you're great.
we appreciate the support. Thank you for liking and sharing.
Love you guys.
I have a little update, but I'm only going to tell Alex. So stay tuned for the next one. But I have a little update about this guest that's going to be on our show soon. So that's going to be fun. But so
We've
stay
got an
tuned.
update on.
I'm pretty excited
the
for that.
guest that shall not be named yet.
Yes.
Yeah, I told you about him last week.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have an update on that, and I think in the next week or so we're gonna be on.
I just remembered.
We're gonna be on that other podcast that we're on our show. We're gonna be on Voices of Misery show
Are we
too.
trying
So
to
that's gonna be
do
fun.
Voices of Misery this weekend, or is that next weekend?
I'm shooting for this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. They had a lot going on in their world too. You know, that's
Okay.
life. That's what happens. But we'll
If we
figure it
can,
out. We'll
Let's,
get there.
let's shoot for next weekend. We've
Okay.
got birthday
Well, it won't be-
parties and shit this weekend.
Well, I'm going to Charlotte on Saturday, and then so I'm actually recording
I'll be right
a
out there.
podcast with other people. I'm recording a podcast for another show in
You
Charlotte.
cheating whore.
I am going to promote
I'm
the
kidding.
shit out of our show.
No, fucking do it.
Anyway. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. We're still going on. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.